All right, all right, all right. It's game day, baby.
Yeah, about time.
Razzle dazzle. It's Saturday, and we're out here at Fred Anderson Toyota in Greer, and we're going to be out here all day. We'll get some people in.
Yep.
We're going to talk some football.
And they're open for business, guys.
They're open for business. What a week it's been.
That would be an understatement.
Yeah.
Right there.
We kind of got some normalcy in here.
First of all, I apologize. Couldn't make the game last week. Couldn't do this deal up there. I apologize. I had no power.
Yeah.
I couldn't get up there. I had no cash. Had no way to get gas. It was one of those things. It was just, hey, it was a fun week. And
Yeah.
I know I wasn't by myself. And by the way, heart goes out to all the people in Western North Carolina right now because they're going through HE double toothpicks. And guys, if you can do anything for those people out there, there's all kind of people out there giving relief to those guys. It is a tragic situation out there, and if you haven't seen, go and look. Because it is horrific what's going on. Anyway,
The hurricane was very humbling. You don't realize what you got until you don't have it, and
Right.
It's just strange. I got my power back on Sunday. And Dad lives 1.8 miles, and as of
Sunday.
lunchtime yesterday, when I saw him-
Sunday, he got his Sunday.
Sunday. And then Dad, who lives like 1.8 miles from me, didn't get his power on until he hadn't got it on yet.
I got my power on Thursday at 5:30, and now I have internet. We're good, but that was yesterday.
And now I'm complaining I don't have TV.
Yeah, well, I got that, so I'm good. So
Twice I've gone down the last 2 nights and then watched TV at a friend's house. It
But-
was half a mile from me.
Again, this too shall pass. We will endure.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to look at it, and just be thankful for what we have, and just know that I'm just glad to see businesses back at it. This place is hopping. They're going. If you need a Toyota, I have a Camry. I have a 22 Camry. I love my Camry. It is my office as I drive. I like the Camry because it's super quiet.
All my life I've either a Toyota, and I've had last 2 cars are Lexus, which is basically a Toyota.
It's upper end,
but Toyota's.
We're talking about Toyotas right now, so hey, come over here, and if you're looking for a Toyota, they're great cars. I've had 3 and in a row, and
you can't go wrong with Toyota.
Highly recommend them, and they're great. These guys do a great job of service. They do
Fred
a great
Anderson
job.
on Wade Hampton.
They do
Wade
a great
Hampton.
job. It's
In Greer.
13770 East Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greer. As you're going, kind of like the new Motor Mile, but as you're going towards Spartanburg, away from Greer, they're over on the left-hand side of the road. Come over here and tell them that I Bleed Orange sent you.
Yeah.
And they'll take care of you.
They'll
definitely take care of you.
Maybe work out a deal with you.
And go from there. But it's game day. We got
It's game day. All right.
We got some
Let
things.
me just mention a few sponsors before we get started. Boneyard Cycle came on board.
Boneyard,
Over at Pierman Dairy Road in Anderson. They sell a lot of motorcycles over there. And Paul, the owner, we did a little shout out for him last week. He goes to all the games, and we weren't able to do a show there. So I told him I'd do a bunch of shout outs. I blow them up on social media. Let's see. Columbo's Pizza is coming back on board.
Yep.
Got a hotel chain, Paragon, over in Anderson.
2 weeks ago, we did the show at
Diamonds Gold
Diamonds
in the
and
Wreck.
Gold Direct in Anderson.
Yeah.
They came back with us, and that was good. And they were happy.
People are renewing. We're getting results. We're growing, and we're excited.
It's fun. People know who we are. They recognize.
Wake and Bake's
That's good.
fixing to renew. Wake and Bake. They got Wake and Bake in Anderson. We basically put them on the map. They weren't even open when they signed up.
Then they did the one in Pendleton.
And then they did, it was like 6 months later, and they got Wake and Bake Breakfast Company. And they have a lot of events there. They have bands there. They're always got something going on. Like when I'm in Anderson, I usually go to their trivia night.
They got great donuts.
They got great donuts. Who else?
Sorry, I've been a little out of the loop this whole week. I apologize.
Color Chaos.
Color Chaos. That's right.
They're Color Chaos is on College Avenue, right across from the post office. A lot of fun. They do a lot of events. They got a mobile Color Chaos. They'll get in their vehicle and actually go out to you. Golden Gate, Clemson Parking. Yes. Kia of Anderson. We're getting a lot of car places.
Yeah, Kia
of Anderson.
That's correct.
We did a show over there for the Appalachian State game.
Appalachian State. That's correct.
And
this is Florida State today. Oh, this is practice. Oh, by the way,
when I came in here,
by the way, DJ is not quarterbacking tonight.
No, he's not.
He's
When
not
I came over
quarterbacking.
here, they signed up. They were going to sign up last year, and he had a family was in the hospital for the
This was bad
for the
time.
ACC Yeah, so I came back over here. I think it was in like April, and he took me in his office because nobody knew they had Florida State ranked like 8 or 10 starting out.
Yeah.
So he was like right away. He goes, "I want the Florida State games." That's what he got. So who would have thought that Florida State would be 1-3?
I did.
You did, okay. And so, anyways,
Maybe not 1-3, but I thought that they would not be what they thought because we've had DJ for quite a while, and we knew that he was not your greatest expectation.
no, but he practices good.
He practices well.
I heard that before. They keep saying he practices well.
That's great.
So, all right. So we
Game day,
started
baby.
out the season. I can't believe we're already about 5 weeks into this thing, and we had a bye week already. So we've only played 4 games.
Clemson had that one rough game with Georgia. We're not
and,
going to talk about that. But since that, Clemson has really, really dominated the game.
Yeah.
They've really played well. We haven't blown out our opponents. I mean, well, we have, but we haven't rubbed their nose in it. How about that? They've really played their
So they
second
got
and
to
third
play.
strings.
They got to play everybody.
That's what they strive
That's
to do.
what Dabo does. And that's cool.
And that is good because it really matters down the road when you're in the stretch. You're getting a lot of these young guys, and you're getting them a lot of game time.
Yeah,
And that's really important right there. And that's what some guys don't understand. These guys get to play, and when they come to a college, that's what they expect. They want to play.
Yeah.
They want to be the number one guy, but they want to play.
Well, I don't know. Just for statistic purposes, Clemson, the Appalachian State game, and the NC State game, they were the only team in 20 years to do this. To score 28 points in the first quarter.
Yes.
Back to back.
Yes.
No other team's done that in 20 years. So we were going into the Georgia game. We're out there at Clemson Marina, and basically we were talking about the offense. We said the defense is solid. We were talking about the offense, and we just got shut down basically at the Georgia
He
game.
hasn't mentioned this, but I'm going to mention this. So this is right now is October,
Yeah.
and so
Save the Tatas.
right. This is what is the pink?
I Bleed Orange. We give 15% of all I Bleed Orange pink shirts to Dabo's All In Fund. So if you go to IBleedOrangeClub.com and go to the shop and buy a pink shirt, they come in all sizes. We give 15%. It's something we do every year to raise money for cancer awareness, breast cancer wellness. Dabo's wife had it. She's a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor. I believe her sister died from it. So kind of hits home, and they do a lot. They do something in the summertime. So October is always Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it affects more people than you realize. You probably know somebody in your family or somebody in that family tree that's had it.
Yeah.
So it's for a good cause, and so go in there and buy a shirt. We're going to give 15% of the proceeds to Dabo's All In Fund.
There you go.
And ship you a shirt. Just fill out the information. So, all right. So, razzle dazzle. That's my new word. It used to be all right.
It's not a new word, by the way. If y'all been listening to us, it's hardly a new word. He's been saying it for 3 weeks.
I went to the Appalachian State game.
Actually,
it was a night game, and basically didn't have a voice the next day. And I was like just yelling razzle dazzle because we talked about it last year, and we talked about it the year before. We talked about it for 4 years basically. The defense has been solid over the last 4 years so much, but you got to admit, last year we just couldn't get together.
I think that Clemson needed. I'm going to hear this, but I'm going to tell you what I think. I think Clemson needed their nose rubbed in the dirt with Georgia to do this, to get turned around.
Yeah,
and I think that was.
Well, honestly,
as weird as it was, honestly, I think that was a blessing in disguise.
Well, I'm glad it was the first game of the season. Honestly,
if
we played them again, it'd be.
I'm not even going to go there yet, but we might very well get the opportunity.
But we're sitting at number 15. You got to be in the top 12 this year. We're at 15. We're sitting good. We got momentum. I mean, I was talking to somebody. Sports is all about momentum and confidence.
It is.
And so the 3 games in a row, the offense has been clicking on all cylinders. Also, we were talking on the podcast. We didn't have a podcast this week. The week before is you got Bryant Wesco, you got T.D. Moore, you got these receivers that actually remind me of T. Higgins.
Yes.
And it reminds me what's going on with the offense. Remind Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson days where we're mixing it up.
Well,
we're going for it. We're
seeing excitement. We're seeing things. They're taking opening it up and really and Matt Luke. I'm gonna give him a lot of credit because I'm gonna tell you right now that offensive line looks fabulous.
Yeah.
He's given Klubnik the time that he needs, and he is exposing their weaknesses is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that is awesome. That we've seen the last 3 games, we've seen that, and that is really, really good. So
yeah, they're mixing it up. They're getting some play calling in. There's not. We were using words like vanilla, stale, you know, and we're seeing a lot of.
we're not saying it now. By the way,
new word is razzle dazzle, baby, razzle dazzle.
how'd that go?
Huh?
How'd that go?
We're good. Razzle dazzle. It's a new word we're using this year. I mean, Dad always said this: a great defense, no, great offense wins games, but a great defense wins championships. So, saying that, the offense is clicking on all 4 cylinders. We're looking like the Clemson of old of 4 or 5 years ago. And, you know, the mixing the plays up, the play calling. Like you said, Matt Luke, man, a lot of people don't notice this. You know, they can always tell you who the quarterback is, but a lot of people don't know who the right guard is.
Well, even against
Yeah.
That was never my argument. I never argued about that. I was like,
what happened there? You know, the defense got tired. Time
well,
of possession.
The I'm not even going to the defense up. The offense just didn't fire.
Well,
they just didn't do the things they
well, I
needed
mean,
to do. That's past news.
It was a
We've
1-point
got
game.
3 games since that. They saw it. They took it. They exposed, and they came back through.
Yeah,
and the truth is, it has changed, and now it's.
And I may be mistaken, but Cade's either number 1 or number 2. I think he's number 1. He's number 2, number 1, floating on the QBR rating in the nation. What a lot of people won't realize.
Stats wise, I apologize to you. I'm a little off this week, so I can't tell you much.
It's been a rough week for all of us.
It's been a very rough week.
We're just glad to be back some kind of normalcy.
I was
out
sitting
here
in front of my yard burning shrubbery all week.
I mean, last week he couldn't make it, and another guy popped up. It was fun.
I was coming.
Did you watch that? You watch our last show?
No, I did not watch the last show.
So this guy, he was about 30
power.
years old, and he was all excited, calling his mom and dad, "I'm gonna be on the I Bleed Art show," and he got up and he knew his football, so it went pretty well. We winged it. And,
that's great.
We did the show. Show must go on. I can't do it by myself.
No,
I mean, you got to have somebody you can talk back and forth with.
It was just one of those things. Like I said, I told you, I was getting ready. I was planning on it, and all of a sudden I realized, I was getting pushed down tertiary roads in Augusta, and I was like, it's going to take me 3 hours just to get up, just to go 15 miles. I said, that is not happening.
This is a storm of a lifetime. Stuff like this it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
This is like the worst storm ever to come through here. So, I mean, it's going to take a while to recover from this. And
we're not over yet, but
prayers go out.
Again, if you don't have power, guys, help is on the way.
Yeah.
It is coming. These linemen, you know, there was two linemen up in Mount Airy that died. And keep them in your prayers. By the way, they died. Apparently. Oh, another thing too. If you have a generator, this is really important, and you don't have power right now, turn off the main switch on your power. Turn it off so that you don't backfeed into the utility lines.
Yeah.
Because that right there can really cause havoc to these linemen when they're out here connecting stuff, and all of a sudden there's power coming through from your generator.
Yeah.
So if you have a generator, make sure you're turn off the main breaker switch off, because that is really important. And that may have been what they did to these guys. I don't know that, but I'm just speculating.
Don't turn when you don't have your generator in the house like somebody Chesney did.
Well, I'm not going to go there, but that's common sense.
But I mean, I'm blessed. We're blessed compared to what's going on in Western North Carolina.
Absolutely.
Chimney Rock, it just breaks my heart. It's one of my favorite places. I go there 2 or 3 times a year.
And that place,
I was just up there in June, end of June this year.
Chimney Rock is gone.
It's gone.
No Chimney Rock.
And it's sad, it's sad. But Mother Nature's no joke when it doesn't want to play around. And
no, sir.
We saw it coming. I was watching the Weather Channel, and I'm thinking, I normally don't watch the Weather Channel, but I was hearing about the hurricane, and I'm thinking we're going to get a little extra rain. I had no idea.
So the funny thing about that is, and we'll get back to football in a minute, but we're sitting there. I woke up at 6:23. I'll never forget this, because I looked at my phone, because I knew the power was coming. So I plugged in all my phones, everything up. I had 90% power. I was like, oh, okay. Power got cut off at 5:19. It was 6:23, and then right after I was up, but I wasn't really up. I hear this huge crack, and it was this wind coming down, and I'm like, "Oh Lord, just don't
it
hit
was
my
like
house."
something out of a movie.
It
But
was
I went to the game and I came back. If
movie, not
anybody
just a
knows
movie.
anything about Spartanburg, 29, I get off 85 and 29, which is basically turns into Main Street, just right through downtown. I live on the east side over in Commerce Heights, and And that whole drive in.
If you follow Josh, by the way, he was whining like a little girl.
Oh,
He was whining like a little girl.
I
I
was
got no
not.
power. Like, Josh, I had power all week. I mean, please, are you serious?
I'm very grateful. I got to go the next day, take a shower, go get something to eat. I mean, all the stuff. But anyways, a lot of people had a lot worse. Which it doesn't
But
make
God
any
is good.
sense
You know
because 25% of the neighborhood got power back Sunday night, and the other 75%. When I was going to see my buddies, like, come over, lived on the west side, and it was like a corn maze. I go down a road at a turn, and finally I got out of there.
Well, let me tell you this one story. We'll get back to this.
Most of Spartanburg's back now.
So one quick story. I'll tell you this. So went over. This was on. I got power on Thursday night. So it was Tuesday night. Went over to my daughter's house.
Yeah.
And no, it was Monday. I take that back. It was Monday. It was Monday. Went over, got a shower, and as we were coming back home, my son and I were looking up, and I saw what looked like maybe someone was burning leaves. Yeah. It was going near a pole.
Yeah.
And I was getting over, and as we got closer to it, it was over near North Pleasant, East North Street, over near that area, and just noticed that there was a pole smoking.
Yeah.
And we were like, and as we got close to it, heard it popping.
Yeah. Live wire.
Literally drove over to where they were staging the power trucks, and they come over, and I've never seen a power guy jump into gear so quick. Drove them over to where it was. They were at it, and they were at that pole. That's why I knew we were going to get power that next day, because that wasn't happening. And but then they got it quick and they got it efficient. And
our hearts and prayers go out to all the workers.
These guys are busting their butts, man.
These are the real heroes in America.
Really, they are.
To be honest.
So, anyway, it's game day. Let's talk.
It's game day. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the football world. We've entered in, and we got. I'll tell you the biggest surprise for me is Alabama, because I knew Alabama would be good, but I thought with Nick Saban, the GOAT, being gone, that Georgia game.
Georgia still look good.
Yeah, let's be fair. We were at the game, and at halftime it's 28-0. They showed it on the big jumbotron, and so we left like third quarter ish to get home, and so I get back in the car. It's like 11:30 at night, 11:30 at night, and they're playing the fourth quarter, and Georgia actually came back and went ahead, and then they got the ball back. Alabama, and they drove down there and scored, and they had I want to say a minute 10 left.
It wasn't much.
Georgia drops down there on somewhere around about the 30-yard line, and they're talking on the radio. Are they going to kick the extra point like they're already going to score, or are they going to go for 2 points for the win? Or are they going to tie it, go every time? And then about that time, I heard he threw an interception. The game was over. But I heard it was the game of the year.
He was a freshman.
Huh?
I believe he was a freshman.
Who?
It was the guy that received the ball and ran it back was a freshman for Alabama.
I'm not sure about it. I didn't see it. Like I said,
it was incredible. It was incredible.
I just heard it on the radio.
I mean, absolutely juked to the guys, but just incredible play.
Yeah, incredible play. Everything's going pretty normal. We're doing the FSU game.
There ain't nothing normal this week.
No, I'm saying everything's kind of going normal in the football. Alabama's doing better than I thought they would. I thought Georgia would beat Alabama. I thought Alabama have kind of a down. Alabama jumped number one.
Yeah.
But
you can't rule out Texas, man. Texas or Tennessee, rather, not Texas. Tennessee's 4-0 right now.
Yeah.
Tennessee looks strong. I hate to say it because I'm not a volunteer fan.
Tennessee's got a good defense. And their quarterback is dropping dimes.
Yeah.
And he's a true freshman. So Tennessee's looking good. Texas is tough. Arch Manning's got in there and played some. He looks good. But so when I came out here to talk to these people, there's no games played yet, so we didn't have any idea. But I believe they had Florida State at either 8 or 10 start season out. So we go into John's office.
I'm gonna get John real quick.
Yeah, we go in John's office. I'll talk. Go in John's office, and automatically he wants the Florida State game because we had no idea. So Mike's going to get John. We had no idea that Florida State was going to be 1-4. And we play them tonight. It's a night game at 7 p.m. So anything can happen down there in Tallahassee. But I feel pretty good about Clemson. And I feel good about where our offense is going. Basically, that's what we've been talking about on all the podcasts, on all the shows up until the last couple of weeks. And then the term razzle dazzle, baby, came out because we're doing some play calling. We're connecting, and Cade is dropping dimes. I mean, the thing is Cade actually is right up there with all the quarterbacks, but a lot of people don't understand because Dabo doesn't run the score up. Once we've gotten ahead, even with the statistics, he's way ahead of where he was last year. But you got to think 2 games only played a half, and so that's looking good there. It's a great week. It's been a stressful week, but it's a great day actually where I can kind of sit back. You coming?
Wasn't there, but I told him.
Okay. So it's a week where I can kind of sit back, do this show, and have this in every month, kind of go back and just watch the games, get ready for the Clemson game. I mean, believe it or not, when you go out and do a couple shows and then you go to the game and then you come home from the game after being over at Clemson, you're worn out.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm blessed today. It's a sunny day. It's football all day. So
Beautiful day today.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So
gorgeous.
they can find them.
He's coming.
Oh, you talked to him?
No,
Okay.
I did not talk to him, but they'll bring him out here.
Okay.
So it's all good.
So I was just talking about the game a little bit. Just looking at the stat thing over here, South Carolina is another team that's kind of surprised me. They're playing better than I thought they would.
They're playing good, actually. I mean, to be fair, I still say that the LSU game, they kind of got they were kind of treated kind of dirty there.
Yeah.
Referee gets a 1-game suspension, whatever. Seriously, they really should have won the game.
Should have won, yeah.
But should have, would have.
Yeah, should have, would. I hate games like that.
I'm not pulling for the Gamecocks. Please understand. But
Well,
I am a college football
they're
fan.
really B today, and they're playing Ole Miss.
And fair is fair. And balls, I call a ball, and I call a strike. And that's the way I.
The thing about Carolina, when they play at home, I mean, it doesn't matter.
They got a great following like we do. Clemson and Carolina both have great
anything
following,
can happen down there.
So we're good. Oh, here he is. So that's good. So what good timing. So we're good. John, just want to touch base. First of all, we're here at Fred Anderson's Toyota over here. I love Toyota. I've got one myself. I think they're great cars. So tell us a little bit about
where you're at, and
tell us a little bit about you and what's going on, and
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Yeah. So the Andersons bought the store about a year ago. So we're new in the area. We're trying to get our name out in the community in the upstate. We've been here about a year. Like I said, we got plenty of Toyotas here. We're just trying to get as many Toyotas out to the local community as possible.
Yeah.
And I love the Camry because it's my office. And you want a car that is quiet, dude. There's not a better car.
They're reliable too.
I mean, it's funny when I went to go upgrade mine, and they were like, "What are you looking for?" Camry. They're like, "Oh," and they just shut up because they knew. And they're like, because I'm like, it does its. There's nothing that's as quiet as that. It's just simple as that, and it's just a great car. So
they are great cars.
they do their job, and they're dependable.
That's right.
That's it.
You do your own sales service. I mean, repair it.
Do it all.
Yeah, we got sales, service. We see probably 1,800 customers a month here. We can handle some more too. So,
so they actually have to buy a car here, or they can buy any Toyota and bring it in.
they can buy any. They can buy any
So
Toyota
it
here.
services any Toyota.
Now for customers that do purchase cars from us, all of our new and used cars come with the family plan.
Uh-huh.
So you will get all your oil changes complimentary when you buy a car from us.
Okay.
Which is substantial because now they use the synthetic oil now, so that's substantial. So that's good. So there you go.
So yeah. Anything else?
Well, I mean, first, I'd probably like to you might have already mentioned it, kind of send some prayers out.
Yeah, we have.
Western
actually.
Carolina.
By all means, and do it again, because brother, I mean, it's bad.
It's been a week
It's
that we've
terrible.
never had a
It's-
week like
it's-
this.
it's
And
bad.
Yeah,
I mean-
we just want customers to know that we're open. We're not really pushing car sales right now, but we do know some people are going to need a car with the damage that's happened to theirs.
Yeah.
The service department's open. We got some stores in Asheville that aren't as well off as us. I think they're going to try to get back open next week just for some normalcy.
yeah.
Which you have to.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I actually
You have
got a
to.
place in Brett Anderson.
Yeah, so we have.
I mean,
in Asheville.
in Asheville.
Yeah, we got Nissan of Asheville, Toyota of Asheville, and then Subaru of Asheville also.
yeah. It's sad about what I've seen. And Chimney Rock, that's one of my favorite. I was just up there in July.
And there's so many. That's the whole thing. I got some customers in Asheville, and as bad as Asheville isn't even as bad as some other places because the water surge came there, and that's what really messed them. But it's the other areas, the outlanding areas, the upper areas, they're just boom. It's just and just decimated.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just
So yeah, our prayers go out to them.
really.
Well, Toyota's
Really?
been nice enough to put $1,000 from the manufacturer for anybody that has a insurance claim
Okay.
on any new
New
Toyota.
car.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And then of course we
Probably
will
getting a lot
match
of
we will
claims.
match that discount. You saw when Tacoma's here on the lot. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So if you're in the market, guys, come out here. Take care. They'll take care of you. So
So
tell them I Bleed Orange sent you.
Yeah.
And but they'll take care of you. I love Toyota myself.
so and I don't think we ever talked about it. So you go to Clemson or
So my dad actually went to school at Clemson.
Okay.
So I was raised up a Clemson fan
Okay.
as a baby, and
Great shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
once you're in it, you can't. Really
yeah,
get
once you
out of
bleed
it.
orange, you always bleed orange.
Same with my
So
dog.
when I got the opportunity to come run
married
this
this
store down
guy.
here from Raleigh,
Uh-huh.
I was like, man, I'll be 45 minutes from Clemson. I mean, we used to only come to like one home game a year because it was about 4 hours away.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now I'm able to go to a few games. So
Yeah,
it's been
yeah.
exciting for the family
Yeah,
to get to go to some more games this year.
So how do
That's
you,
cool.
I mean, it looks like we're picking up speed. The offense is clicking on all
Yep.
4 cylinders, and I'm excited. Looking out. I mean, you got to take one game at a time. That's Dabo always says that. What's the most important game? No matter if you're playing Citadel, it's a game right ahead of you. But I was talking to him before he came on about how it kind of reminds me of the offense playing is the Trevor Lawrence days, the Deshaun Watson days. It kind of like we got a little razzle
you got
dazzle.
excitement back.
You got the
That's what you
excitement.
got. What you got is you got excitement. Dabo's not blowing them out, but he is getting a substantial lead, and then he's letting the other guys play the ball.
Yeah,
And every
they're
guy
getting
is
a chance
pretty
to-
much getting to play.
Yeah.
And that's kind of good. And ultimately, that's important because that's important because down the road, you want these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
Dabo's always
important
been
right
like
there.
that.
So kind of go.
Dabo's always been like that.
And I think what you get too is it's kind of like golf. You play golf, you make that putt, you kind of get a little confidence. Start to get a little confidence.
Yeah. It's dropping down.
If you watch some of the replays from some games, there's some pretty big holes for the running back. Through.
Yeah.
You get
And-
confidence back.
I'm glad you said that. Very one dimensional.
Yeah.
We're not one dimensional anymore.
No,
You know, you open up. Suddenly, you don't have 8 men in a box,
Yeah.
and suddenly you've got to cover much more, which now gives you a guy when you separate the seam, and he can burst through, and it changes the dynamics of the game.
Yeah, they've opened
entirely.
up play
That's
calling.
huge.
And Moffa's getting, picking up some yards. If you get 4 or 5 yards on a run, it automatically opens up.
Again, it goes back to what I said.
Yeah.
If 8 men are in that box,
But
How
I'm
you gonna
going to
open
be
it up?
honest with you. I was a little worried after the Georgia game because it looked stale. We were losing words like vanilla, stale, and it looked like last year. You could almost down and out over here, and then Dabo said after that game, we're opening up the playbook. We're going for it. And it's either going to work or not.
I mean, I know
They've
the
been doing-
scoreboard didn't show. Georgia game, to me, it was the scoreboard.
No, it
seemed-
wasn't.
It wasn't.
It
it
wasn't.
wasn't.
Yeah.
What
Tired.
was not clicking properly? We watched that. The receivers, and because people were complaining about Clemson. And
Yeah.
if it's within your arm's reach, you should
Yeah.
be able to. And and then all of a sudden we were doing the back with Rob Spencer. I'm
Well,
showing
the time
age,
of-
I realize that,
The
but
time of possession and by
Both
the
greens.
fourth quarter, the defense just got tired.
it did.
They just
But
got tired.
again, I'm not beating up the defense. It's
Um,
when you're out there constantly.
Probably like golf. I mean, if I get out there and I hit a good drive and start off, I got confidence.
First the rest of your day is going to be easy.
I think I don't know if you remember the start of that Georgia game. One time it had the receiver or the tight end, I can't remember, wide open.
Yeah.
He connects and they go for yards there.
Yeah, and so I'd rather play Georgia in the first game last week, and they're showing the Georgia Alabama. I'm going already gone ahead. It was 28-0 at half.
It was.
And because I thought with Saban gone, they were going to have
He proved himself last year with Washington. I mean, over to him, and he's done a good job. At the same time, I want to see better. That's what I'll see. I really want to see. I want to see the cream run. And yeah, well, I mean, you know,
talk about some
sure
pressure.
Saban's got some.
Yeah, you talk
still.
about a
I'm sure
pressure
he does.
job. I mean, taking over the GOAT, which Nick Saban, you know, in his job, and I mean those Bama fans don't play.
No, absolutely not. So
They're
who
not.
are we going to play? Who are we talking about this week?
Picks, yeah, we always do picks. I always try to find ranked teams against ranked teams, but obviously this week we can. Oh, okay.
Took a while to find those, I think, this week.
Yeah, so I picked what I could here. All right, who wants to go first?
A little bit of chaos here this week.
We got Missouri versus Texas A&M. So they're playing.
That's going to be a good ball
station.
That's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably started.
Missouri and Texas A&M. I personally think Missouri's going to win that game. I think Missouri. It is at home. Is it at College Station?
College Station.
Yeah, it's a College Station.
But I think Missouri's going to. I
Okay.
really do. I think Missouri score that, but I think it's going to be. I think Missouri's going to take it. I really do.
I don't know.
I got to go with the home team there.
Yeah, they got the fifth man out there.
I think Missouri's the better team on paper, but I think going to College Station is going to be
It's
a
College Station.
tough game for Missouri on the road.
It's definitely a hard place. to play.
Absolutely is. I will not argue that. I like College Station. I like Texas A&M. They're a great.
Oh, they're crazy fans.
They're
crazy.
fun. They're
They made
fun.
me crazy
And I
Clemson
remember
fans.
when they came to Clemson, and I really liked their fans. They were the nicest fans. They came up here and they complimented Clemson. They said, "Man, you guys are the most hospitable people, bar none, of any of the places that we've been to.
Yeah.
You guys just make it fun
Say
for
that.
all the people that come here." And but they were fun. They were just a neat group, and they. But they have a show. They're fun. They have a crowd that follows them, and they really do, and it's fun. But personally, I think Missouri's going to take it.
I mean, they're ranked ahead of it. I don't know. I'm going Texas.
Missouri's
A&M.
tough. That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
Texas
I
A&M's
think
gonna win.
it's tough. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'll tell you that. I think your points is what I think.
Well-
And either way, and
No, it won't
Within
be a blowout. It
seven.
won't be a
The
blowout.
spread was 2.5.
Yeah.
So
I
mean,
didn't. Sorry, I didn't have internet, so I didn't get the spread on that.
I didn't even know the spread.
I got it for you. I checked this
I
morning.
bet it was
just in
close.
case.
2.5. Yeah, that
16.
makes sense. So.
Clemson game's like
I
16.
think 14.5. I saw.
14.5.
Yeah, we'll
okay.
beat that.
All right, so listen, South Carolina, Willie B.
I'll go first here. I mean, Ole Miss is definitely the favorite. South Carolina, they're going to pull an upset. I don't know if this is going to be it. So I'm going to.
Better than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
Be Alabama number one.
Yep.
So they some questionable calls.
I mean, exactly. That's
And then
that's
they
a tough
tore
thing.
up Kentucky,
Yep.
right?
Yep. And then
Right.
look how
And then
Kentucky played Georgia.
Kentucky almost beat Georgia. So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird combinations going on there. The quarterback looks really good. I'm going, much as I don't pull for South Carolina, I'm going with South Carolina with
Are you?
upset. And Ole Miss is coming off a loss.
And so Ole Miss is 12th, and South Carolina isn't ranked. However, it is at South Carolina, so it is. But I think Ole Miss is going to take them. I think it's going to be a good game. But I think Ole Miss ultimately is going to win by about 10 points.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think Ole Miss. Is
So
gonna
it's about a year ago, before that actually. But I know, when they start pursuing ACC and all that stuff. I remember I was at the gym, got off the treadmill, and they're talking about SMU. They're talking about California. They were talking about Stanford. Stanford flew in for the game last week.
Mm-hmm.
Game day, ESPN Game Day is out, and it's at 10:30. So it's out in California, 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
Miami, about as far away as you can get from California, that is playing California, ESPN Game Day. Miami,
East Coast versus West Coast.
East Coast versus West Coast. Geographically, it doesn't make any sense to have them in the ACC, but that's what it is.
It does now, I guess.
I guess it's
Whatever.
all about the money, I guess. But Miami, they've been talking about Miami for a couple of years. I think they're holding true this year. They had a week. Miami's ranked at 8 versus California. I got to take Miami, even though to advantage.
I honestly have to tell you this week, I have no knowledge of this game whatsoever because I was totally off the grid, and I am totally unprepared for this game. I'm going to go with Miami. I just think Miami. I have seen how they play, and I just think I think they have momentum swing right now.
Yeah.
And so
They're
I
ranked
think
8.
that's
They haven't lost the game yet.
right. And so I'm going to go with that. But I really wish I could tell you more, but I don't.
I mean,
you got jet lag from Miami. Game days there. I turned it on this morning. They're out there at 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. I think the fans are going to be behind Cali. I just think that Miami quarterback's playing really good football right now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take care of business out there on the road
I think so.
in prime time. So I'm going Miami as well.
Yeah, me too.
And then lastly, now we have
Well, and not only that, I just getting ahead. I think it's going to be Miami and Clemson in the ACC championship.
Yeah,
that's going to be a good matchup.
We'll see.
Sure.
I don't want to go there yet, but we'll see. I hope that's right. And now we have Clemson at versus Florida State in Tallahassee.
It was 16.5, but you said that's
buddy of mine,
I
Mark,
saw 14 and a
my
half.
old roommate.
Well, it's like the
his wife
stock
are down
market.
there.
It changes to the game.
They're at the game now, as a matter of fact.
Is that?
They're guys that we hang out with.
Yeah,
Mark,
yeah.
He's
Mark
down there. He and his wife went down there last night. They arrived.
And people are asking about the hurricane. I think we got hit worse than they did, and this right there.
I mean, they got hit. I'm not going to tell you they didn't get hit, but
I think the last moment it turned, they got hit. The eye didn't hit. They went straight.
It went through there so fast.
Yeah.
It just blew
It was
past
fast.
so fast. I mean, I think it's pinks and it's terrible. It's never good. They had like 273 people out of power or something like that.
Well,
that's terrible.
At the upstate, one time we hit like 1.2 million.
Greenville alone did.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was Greenville
I mean, you had
alone.
your little grids
It
up
was
there.
insane.
So I mean, our hearts and prayers go out to all the line. I mean, really, they're the real heroes.
As I said,
They really are.
Yeah. The mountain area, which is not that far, died on poles, and that's what I was saying about generators, man. Turn your main breakers off, guys.
Yeah,
that's
working
really
16-hour shifts.
Anyway,
So anyways,
Florida State. Actually, the spread you said was 14.5, not 16.5.
It changes, but it could be 14.5.
14
Might
and a half.
be back to 16 and a half right
Yeah,
now.
it's
I don't
like-
know what's going on.
It's like the
Personally-
stock market. I've noticed that.
Personally,
It goes
I'm
up
going to tell
and
you,
down.
Clemson's going to win it by 21. That's me. Now, I will say DJ is not playing start. He's
No, he's
not
not.
starting. So that could be good. I
They got a-
personally
they
think
got a
that's
true
a good.
freshman
I
start.
think that's a good thing for Florida State. I think that we all have seen DJ. I'm not beating DJ up, but I'm being honest about it. DJ is humdrum, and let's be honest. And so I was excited when Florida State picked him up. I was like, great, you're going to regret, and I think they have.
Yeah.
And what it is, but Clemson, I think, is going to take them out, and we're going to take them out early. And
I'm definitely not going to get on my first show here and choose Clemson to lose, but
We have never. I don't care who we play. We never pick against.
right. But I will say, they got a new quarterback. They're at home. The fans are going to be loud. They're going to come out, try to punch fast.
It's a tough.
oh, absolutely.
So I just think Clemson needs to get out early. And
my wife went to Florida State.
shit.
You know, I mean, I went to more home games than she did, but that was against.
One of the worst sounds is and I thought Atlanta started that, but actually Florida State did.
Deion Sanders started at Atlanta when he went when he was a Brave.
It's a tough place to play,
It is.
but we got their number this year.
It is. Oh, I think we do by
yeah.
far.
Yeah,
They'll
surprised-
come back. They'll come back.
They'll come back. They just surprised me this year. I didn't think they'd be. No, you told me they're 1-4 coming in this.
You know,
game.
when the horse stabs the field and it falls over,
Yeah.
that's a bad omen for the whole season.
Well, I think this is why Dabo, not the only reason why I'm so against the transfer portal is this is what can happen.
Yeah,
He went last year and
Exactly.
he had a team that was in contention.
High
then-
five, by the way,
and
right
then-
there. See, that's exactly what I've been saying the entire time.
And then he loses, his top tier quarterback. He's got to go out and get DJ.
Yeah.
And then now they're hitting a little
Sketchy.
miss here. Yeah. So
Sketchy.
will they be back? I'm sure they will.
Yeah. Brock Glenn is his third career start, redshirt freshman. So, anyways, we'll see. We'll see.
Now he played in the ACC championship last year.
Yeah, he did. He played in
He
the
did.
ACC championship.
That is correct.
So he has a little.
And he
Yeah,
also
battle
played
tested.
Georgia in the Orange Bowl after
right.
After the upset there, but yeah,
So-
that was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I've never picked against Clemson, and I know 2 years ago we were doing Rigsby's show over
Okay,
there.
well now I'm putting you on the spot. So what's your call of the game?
What's my call? I think Clemson's offense is going to be clicking on all four cylinders. I'm kind of going along lines with you. I think three scores, 21 points, something like that. I think 42 to 20 something.
21 points is good.
I mean, yeah, 42 to 20 something, 21, 23. I think they're going to put the second string in the fourth quarter. Shouldn't.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't have home field advantage, but I think we're going to be all right. We got, like you're talking about, the confidence. Man, it means something in sports.
It does.
And so we played in the orange and white golf tournament. We sponsored that, and I got out there and hit a good shot to begin with. I was playing good, and then took a little break after the back nine, got on the back nine, and shanked a few, and I just couldn't get it together. Football's just like that.
It
You
is.
got the momentum going, and that's why
I'm even going to relate it to sales, man. You start off and do bad, and you're going to go back through and
confidence.
go home and start up and come back the next day and
Yeah.
do it again, because that's how it is. But when you start off early, you make it, you go back. Oh man, you're on top of the world. Don't quit. Go back and make more, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
When you're on your game, you're on your game.
But in those last two games, we've come out and had two really good offensive drives to start the game. If you don't think that confidence doesn't help those guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, it does.
I was so excited that
And
Appalachian
that's
State game. Right?
Interesting you said that, because that's what makes college neat, because that's why college sports is so lasting, because it teaches you success, the rest of your principles that you can carry on in any stage of your life, because you don't quit.
Yeah.
You keep going.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's
football's
the
like kind
important
of like
thing.
life. I mean,
What makes you how's he successful? Because he didn't quit.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it. Don't quit.
you know, and it's
Keep
good to see like Bryant Westco, you know, and then you got Moore, those two freshmen. They kind of remind me of T. Higgins and some of the guys we used to have when Deshaun and Trevor
excitement
played.
back in the valley, baby. Is all I got.
Razzle dazzle. That's
Yeah,
my word.
exactly.
Razzle dazzle. That's all I can say during the.
So, it's that game time tonight. We're going to take them out.
Yeah.
And,
I'll probably
it's
be down the
Clemson
parade
by
yard
21.
today.
What do you think?
I'm going to go 42-21.
Sounds like we're all about
Sounds
the
like
same
what I
game.
said, yeah.
Sounds like we're all in the same boat there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. That's which is about where I think too. So to be fair. So I think we're pretty much all in the same thing. So that's good. So
Okay.
we're going good. So
got an hour yet. But, anything else you want to talk about? You know the Tiger Chain.
again.
Yeah. Anything about Toyota? What y'all are doing to rephrase that?
He's over here at 13770, right?
Yeah.
East Wade Hampton
Wade Hampton
Boulevard.
Boulevard's what
Go past Greer. Really, it looks like the new Motor Mile. I mean, it really
Yeah,
does.
there's a lot
as
of
you go
bar
towards
places.
really Lyman, but towards Spartanburg.
How many,
they're out
how many
here.
stores does he have? Because I mean, we reach more than just.
He's got 5 locations.
So we're up to 16 total.
Oh, wow.
Not all in the upstate. We got a few in Asheville. as you
Asheville, we got
mentioned earlier.
Asheville fans.
Got a few in Raleigh,
Okay.
North Carolina. So a bunch
Okay.
of Wolfpack fans up there, of course.
Okay.
We got one down in Charleston. So that's a mixed breed down there. Some Clemson fans down there. And then we got 7 or 8 stores here now too. So
Okay.
It's awesome.
Is Fred Anderson? He's the guy who started all this.
he is.
Did he ever come in?
He does. Yeah.
Okay.
He actually they flew in a couple of days ago because they went up to Asheville to check on people up there.
Okay.
He's
He's doing
coming up.
something right because the name's all over the place. I mean, he's got one in Anderson, doesn't he? Or
So
no?
he had the Chevy Easley store. So it's
Easily.
no longer
Okay.
ours
Easily.
now,
Okay. Gotcha. My favorite car. I've always driven Toyotas. I drive a Lexus now, but that's a Toyota. And they're dependable cars. I mean, they're dependable. They don't break down a lot. And that means a lot.
Toyota would argue that. They say Lexus is a Lexus, but that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me.
Huh? I've got a truck and it's a Toyota. So. I don't drive it that much.
Well, we got a little time before the game time. We can get you into a new one. If you want.
There you go.
Here we
See?
go. Razzle dazzle.
There
You
you
got
go.
a trade in? I might bring my truck up here.
He can fit you.
All right, so we've done all the picks and anything else you're going to add? Come on down to
Appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah,
by and
you guys.
Toyota's here. Warwick got a great deal. We're trying to get as many Fred Anderson stickers in the areas we can out there in the community. And
Right.
And they have complete service, guys. Come out here, get your service, get your.
You
vehicle
mentioned they're
serviced.
doing a
They'll
little
take care of you.
bit, the $1,000 because the hurricane over it.
yep, they got Toyota has $1,000 fee
Yeah.
They also have an additional $1,500 if you currently own one and are trading out of it.
Mhm.
And then, of course, you got dealer discounts that we give too. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Come
I'll
on
just
out
come
here.
down here and give the guys here a chance to at least show you the new product. And if the numbers make sense, then
There you go.
Yeah.
you
There
can
you
ride
go.
off in a brand new one.
And once you drive a Toyota, you always drive one.
I've had
Or-
3 Camrys on the road. Put it that way.
I had like
I've
3
had 3 in a row.
And then I got a truck.
My wife has a Honda Accord. Nothing against. I mean, they're good cars too. And but I like the Camry because
We
I
have a
like
Honda
it.
store too, so I can be nice.
Right.
That's in,
I mean,
That's in Greenville.
Yeah, Greenville.
I like the Camry for myself because they just quiet. I mean, to me, that car is my
They got
office.
some of the they
It's
got some
my
of the
office.
best air too.
and
I mean, in the summertime.
I cannot express to you how many times I'm driving down the road and I'm literally calling customers as I'm driving, not hands free, but because it's my office and that's what I do. And
you need a car that's gonna be dependable.
and you need a car that's
In my
dependable
opinion, the
and it's not
Toyota's the
loud.
most dependable
And
car.
that
out
is
there.
it.
Yeah.
So if you want an office that you drive, Camry's your guy. So
Yeah.
it's
So come on
There
down
you go.
here and get you set up.
and they'll hook you up. So there you go. So
All right.
Tiger Chant, baby,
All right, you ready? We end it with
Good.
the Tiger Chant. Ready?
we're gonna do it.
CLEMSON. Fight, Tigers. Fight, Tigers. Fight, fight, fight. I'm the Dark, baby. Woo, get it. Come on down here to Toyota, Brett Anderson and Greer. Woo, and get you a car. All right. All right. Boom.